Hey everybody, this is John Tate from Frehley and you're watching episode number 16 of Frehley on YouTube. To answer a lot of the emails that I've been getting, when are you going to use your Budokan? When are you going to use your Budokan? Well, here it is, right here. This is VOS AFB 072, and for comparison, this is my 1975 Les Paul Custom, the one that you saw in the Shock Me tutorial video that I did a few months ago. I've had the Budokan for a couple of months now. I've had a good opportunity to put it through its paces and try it out. No, I have not gigged with it. I don't plan to be perfectly honest with you. I decided to go with the VOS model because realistically, I already have an aged version of this guitar, which is this one, my 75. The 75, of course, has almost 40 years worth of genuine play wear already built into it, where as good as the modern day techniques are that the guitar companies are using for aging, it's just not the same. It's pretty close, but it's just not the same. So that's why I went with the VOS version as opposed to getting one of the aged or the aged and signed ones. Not to mention the fact, to be perfectly honest with you and to call a spade, I can't justify paying $4,000 or $5,000 for Ace's signature. As much as I love the guy, I love his music, I love his guitar playing, and obviously he's a huge influence, just can't justify that sort of cash. Anyway, the Budokan model, fantastic, very, very similar to the 75, and I would assume very, very similar to Ace's original 1974 model. You can see in this video the three-piece tops that are going on both of the guitars. My 75, of course, is wired up exactly like the 300 from 1997, where the middle and the bridge pickups are wired. The Budokan is not. My guitar is the guitar that is pictured on the website on the Budokan wiring solution page. If you were having a problem with that, the solution that my tech found works. That page was approved and authorized by Gibson. However, as I put on that page, I strongly suggest that you get your guitar to either Gibson or their authorized local dealer or representative for repair before you go trying to do that repair yourself or that modification yourself. It's kind of weird. I think it's more of an issue with the toggle switches themselves versus anything that Gibson did. A friend of mine here in town also got a VOS version about 20 serial numbers later than mine. Like I said, mine's 72, his was number 94. His toggle switch worked properly as a kill switch. There was no issue there whatsoever. So I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to it, but that's just the way it was. Gibson really did a great job recreating the original guitars from the mid-70s with the Budokan model. I'm very, very impressed. Absolutely love it. A couple of little differences looking at the two guitars here. You can see a slight difference in the coloration. The Budokan guitar is a little bit lighter than the burst anyway, is a little bit lighter on the Budokan than it is on my 75. It's particularly apparent here on the neck. One of the other differences that you can see here, actually it's not quite so clear in this video, is the difference between some original 1970s Grover machine heads with the pearloid buttons and some of the recreations that they came out with. The buttons themselves are not quite the same. These ones on the Budokan model are thinner than the original ones from the 70s, just the buttons themselves. The tuning machines are pretty similar, but again, not exactly the same, but a good modern day recreation. You can also see a little bit of the difference in the bursts on the back of the necks here. Again, this is the 75 and this is the Budokan model. The volute here on the neck, both of them great. On the Budokan, it's quite pronounced. My 75 has had a headstock repair done on it, so it's not quite so pronounced on this one as it is on the Budokan model, but that is the way that the guitars should be. Like I said, the weight of the two guitars is pretty similar. The playability is very similar. Both guitars are loaded with Dunlop 6000 fret wire, which is pretty thick and pretty heavy. That's what you would typically find on a Jackson or an Ibanez. I have had my 75 refretted with the Dunlop 6000 wire, and that's just my personal preference. Some guys like little frets, some guys like big frets, whatever. Tomato, whatever you want to do. Very happy with both guitars. Another little difference that you'll see here, or maybe you won't, I'm not really sure, is the difference in the height on the pickups. Doesn't show up that well in the video here, but definitely on the Budokan model, the bridge pickup is set in a Gibson historic pickup ring. My 75 here, actually, these are all parts pickup rings that I put on here. So the all parts one sits a little bit lower for the bridge pickup, that is. It sits a little bit lower than it does with the Gibson historic pickup rings. It looks a little odd, and considering that I'm used to the 75, it took a little bit of getting used to, but I know that it is correct, and that is the way that the guitar, that Ace's original guitar actually is like the Budokan here. Again, a great guitar, a great investment, and I'm very, very happy with it. I'm thrilled to pieces that I was able to have a little bit of input through Matt Swanson, the owner of the original guitar. Have a little bit of input on the Budokan models via a couple of emails and things like that when things first began. Just a great thrill to be even remotely a part of it. Anyway, guys, hopefully you've got your Budokan. The Gibson USA models are also out at this point in time, and then as far as I understand it, the Epiphone models will be released somewhere towards the end of summer 2012. So they're coming. Be ready for them. Thanks again for checking in, guys. I'll be back shortly with another lesson for you on one of Ace's tunes. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.